Frank Starling here. Today I wanted to talk to you about seed germination and methods of going about doing so. I've done a lot of research on the internet investigating methods and viewpoints of people and how they go about their process of germinating seeds. And I've come up with a method of my own that I haven't seen documented on the internet. So I wanted to create a video explaining it to everyone and walking you through my methodology. I also wanted to explain the reasons behind every step that I do. That way you can look at my system and tailor different aspects of it for your own germinating needs. So to start out, what we're going to need are a Sharpie, a sharp object. I use a screwdriver, but you can use any small handheld sharp object. Some water, some hydrogen peroxide, some 18-ounce cups, a couple of sandwich baggies, and a large catering tray. So first things first, I take my 18-ounce cup and I label it with the seed that I'm planting and the date. I don't like to mess around with sticks because they have a way of, the writing comes off of them or they get out of the cup at some point. So I'll be growing habaneros, and today is April 16th, 2016. And so then after we've labeled the cup, we're going to take our sharp object and poke 4 holes at the base of the cup, approximately 1/8 of an inch from the base of the cup. And that's basically just so that we don't jeopardize the integrity of the cup, but we have a good sized hole at the bottom of a cup. And it doesn't matter if they're not pretty. Just getting 4 holes in there is what we need. Great. And we're going to fill it with our soil medium of choice, about a 1/4 of an inch from the top of the cup. So right about where that little plastic lip is. We're going to fill it with our medium of choice, and then we will place our seeds at the top of the soil, and then lightly fill up and lightly pack it and fill up the cup with the rest of our medium of choice all the way to the top of the cup so that soil is flush with it. And then place it in our catering tray. So I'll do another video showing you how I actually go about placing my seeds in the germination process, but for today I just wanted to go over this method. So this is going to be a bit of an iterative process, but we're going to grab these cups and place them in the catering tray once we're done. And my catering tray holds 15 18-ounce cups. Yours may differ from that though. So I'm going to place 15 of these cups into the catering tray, and then I'm going to grab my water and hydrogen peroxide, and I'm going to fill the catering tray approximately 2 inches full with a solution of 5 parts water and 1 part hydrogen peroxide. And the reason for doing that is really twofold. One, hydrogen peroxide actually prevents a lot of microbes in the stagnant water, which is what we're going to use. Also, it actually aerates the soil. So hydrogen peroxide is actually H2O2, and when exposed to sunlight, it breaks down to H2O, just regular water, and also oxygen. So it helps to aerate and bring extra oxygen to the roots of the soil, as well as prevent larvae or other microbes, harmful microbes, from forming in this stagnant water, which is very vulnerable. So I know I always use this now, not only as a preventative measure, but also to help the soil, because I've had aeration issues in the past, and I've also had gnat flies, and I hope none of you have ever had it. I never want to go down that path again. So I always make sure 5 parts water and 1 part hydrogen peroxide. And so once these cups are in the catering tray, I then just grab a sandwich baggie, a regular sandwich baggie, and I actually just place it over the top of the soil seed mixture, just like that, and leave it. And basically what this does is, well, two things. It helps to increase the humidity for the seeds for this germination process. So the ideal temperature would probably be around 70 to 80 degrees. The temperature in my house hovers anywhere between 66 and 70 degrees. So rather than put a heating mat down or heat one room to a higher temperature than normal, I grab this little plastic baggie, put it over the top, and it actually helps to heat and increase the humidity by trapping the water inside of the cup, as well as preventing, just another secondary measure to prevent against pests or insects. Um, so I'll do that for all 15 cups in here. And then put it in an area in a bright sunny window or next to a growth light, and I'll cut to what the finished product looks like. And so here are some trays that I've completed a couple weeks ago, just to show you the finished product. You're going to have to make the decision at some point whether you're going to remove the baggie off the top of the cup and let the plant grow, or whether you want to keep the baggie on at the risk of suppressing the growth of the plant. This plant in particular is extremely fast growing. It's cilantro, and I was worried that if I left the baggie on too long for this plant, that it would inhibit its growth. So it's really kind of a seed by seed basis. Now these seeds were planted about a month ago, and they're all doing very well. I've placed them under a growth light in this relatively sunny room, and each and every one that I've planted has grown and sprouted. This tray I've planted 6 days ago, so the germination process is still working in here. And just to show you what it will look like, here are the holes, and you can see that they're dripping with wet. So the bottom of the soil in this cup is well saturated, and that water is just going to wick up into the top of the soil where those seeds are. And the reason why I chose this method was because it's not going to disturb the seeds, which are very vulnerable during their early stages of growth. And sometimes watering through the top of the soil can disturb the seeds and not allow them to grow. Another consideration when you're germinating your seeds is that it's really important that you choose a system that allows you to water your plants from the bottom. Reason being is that it actually promotes healthy root growth. So the roots are actually going to be seeking the water source at the bottom of your container. Just a little word of caution. If you're using a propagator and watering from the top of it, just be mindful that I've seen and read about plants that will actually have root growth that stay to the top of the soil. And that's fine, but when it comes time for transplant, it might be a little bit problematic. So just one word of advice is I tend to be preferential to methods that have water sources at the bottom of your containers. And so also you can see that I leave the trays at varying levels of water and hydrogen peroxide. I probably have to water them once every 2 weeks, and I've found that they don't go through too much water, but you just kind of want to stay on top of them because we didn't use a perfect system for measuring the depth of the holes at the bottom of the cup. So sometimes one plant might get water, but the other ones won't. And really that's why we placed 4 holes at the bottom of the cup. All right, and that's the end of my seed germination video. Thank you all for watching and have a nice day.